Hello everyone, I'm CJ,
And I'm Ashley.
and today we're going to get under the covers of Slapstick by Kurt Vonnegut. This is my edition. Ashley, show everyone your edition.
This is mine.
Lift it up higher. There we go. Okay, and I marked my progress with my cool banner pilot sticker.
And I marked mine with this bookmark that I found in a library book.
Nice. Okay, Slapstick by Kurt Vonnegut was published in 1976. My edition is 274 pages. Ashley, yours is
234?
43.
43.
I wrote it down for you.
Oh, thanks.
We both thought that it was a quick read despite being almost 300 pages. And the plot, do you want to summarize the plot or do you want me to summarize the plot?
You can do it.
All right, cool. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world, and it's the story of Wilbur and his sister and their childhood and their relationship with each other. And then the story is told from Wilbur's perspective, and then it talks about what happens after him and his sister, who are identical twins, split up. And what would you like to add to that? It's her first show.
Well, we talked a lot about how the plot isn't really about actions that happen to the characters, but more about ideas that the characters have or ideas that are portrayed through situations that the characters are in.
Right. And another thing to add is the post-apocalyptic world was created by the shift in gravity and the Green Death, which is caused by microscopic Asian men being inhaled and ingested by the people of Manhattan. And we both thought that was pretty funny. Well, I thought that was pretty funny. Did you think it was funny?
I thought it was funny.
Okay.
They're teeny tiny.
They're little. They're very
They're
small.
like even smaller than this.
Microscopic. The two characters that the novel focuses on are Wilbur and Eliza. They're twin brother and sisters, and they're they're called Neanderthoids, and they're just very strange in general. They're interesting characters, but they lack emotion, and but they're just interesting enough to make you keep reading. We talked about how the characters lacked emotion, but that was kind of the point because none of the characters in this novel are really fleshed out, and Vonnegut does this because he wants the reader to focus more on the group than on the individual.
Mm-hmm. Which comes into play when you learn about Wilbur and his sister and how they are kind of forced to be separated just to be separated. There's no real point to that, just that they should be separated, that they shouldn't work together, and that ends up being a negative thing.
Right. And there's a lot of other unique characters throughout the novel that, like the pilot, who I thought was funny because there's a point in the novel where, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really, where everyone's given a new middle name, and Wilbur gives Wilbur's wife gets the middle name Peanut, and she doesn't want Peanut as her middle name. And he's like, too bad, you can't change it.
Stuck.
But what does he let the pilot do?
Change his name.
It's funny how he doesn't even let his own wife change her middle name, but
she leaves him because she won't let her change her name.
Yeah, she won't. She doesn't want to be a peanut. I don't blame her. They're the lowest of the low.
Aw, poor Tillman.
Right. Aw, poor Peanut Tillman. I think only being from Chicago, you would understand that reference. Yeah. Everyone's like, Tillman who? Is he in the book?
He's not in the book. There is no Tillman in the book.
All right, now let's talk about the style and the narration. It's your typical Kurt Vonnegut novel. He makes a lot of social commentaries on religion, society, the government, human interaction. But he's more obvious with his social commentary. In this one, he drags it out more. Whereas in like let's say Slaughterhouse-Five or Breakfast of Champions, where it's just he'll say it once and you kind of have to pick up on it on your own. Whereas this one, he's kind of more heavy-handed with it. And we also talked about how Vonnegut he'll use like a word or a saying numerous times throughout the book to keep the book flowing.
A refrain,
if you will, yes. And in this one, he chose "hi ho," and Ashley kind of has a problem with that.
I did not like it because, one, it was used way too often, in my opinion, especially in the beginning of the book. It felt very tired early on, so I didn't like that. And I felt like, although it kind of gets across this idea that people are in these situations and life goes on and you make the best of what you have, and it's kind of like a cosmic joke kind of thing, that you have to know that, and I guess you know it if you're reading the book, but it's not as self-encapsulating as a different Vonnegut refrain like the "so it goes."
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. It's not as effective as like "so it goes" or "and so on," because it kind of seems like the what's it called when someone tells a joke? It's like doo-doo-ts.
Oh yeah.
What's that called?
I don't know.
But it's kind of like, I feel like he uses it more of like as that part of like when you tell the joke and there's like the doo-doo-ts. Like I feel like that's what the "hi ho" was. Like it was telling the reader to laugh, whereas the humor could have told itself. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think it was as effective as "so it goes" or "and so on." And our just general thoughts, just some random general thoughts on the novel.
I liked it. I didn't get engulfed in it like I like to get into a book, but it was a quick read, so that was nice. Easy to read, which is always a plus. Not too easy, but easy enough.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. You know, it was. I've read quite a few of Vonnegut's novels, and this is probably my least favorite out of all of them. But I'd still put it up there with a lot of other books because it's a quick read, it's an easy read, but there's so many layers to it. And
yeah, I did like a lot of the themes.
Yeah, there's a lot of themes.
So that I really liked.
But it's not his best work, but when you write amazing books like Slaughterhouse-Five and Breakfast of Champions, sometimes you have to write a bad book, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a writer. Not yet. But we both came to the conclusion of a rating. The same conclusion, I guess. And we both gave it, what did we both give it?
3.5.
3.5 or 3.5.
3.5.
Oh, I like that. Do that again. Do it again.
3.5.
Awesome. And so if we both gave it a 3.5, if you add 3.5 plus 3.5, that's 7. So 7 out of 10 stars, which averages out to a C, which is funny because Vonnegut himself rated this novel a D. So
we liked it a little bit better than he did.
Right? So once again, it's Slapstick by Kurt Vonnegut. Try to get your book in the shot. I'm going to cover you and you cover me. There we go. Those are the 2 editions we used. If you've read it and you want to let me and Ashley know what you think, leave some comments. I'm so used to sitting over here, so whenever it's okay. Leave some comments in the comment section. If you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. That's cool too. I only have 2 thumbs downs.
Oh.
Out of all of my videos, 2 thumbs downs.
Nice.
One of them's for my review of The Stranger by Albert Camus.
Oh, maybe they just didn't like the book.
Maybe, or they didn't like me.
Impossible.
And another one was for like one of my bookshelf tours, which I don't know. Whatever.
Haters gotta hate.
Haters gotta hate. Ashley, I had a good time getting under the covers with you.
Me too.
If you would like to come back on, that would be awesome. We'll have to figure something out if you want to. If you want to say anything else, it's your.
It was fun.
Time.
Read more books.
Okay, so thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.